They call it a group home, and that's what it is. It's a home. You know, we look at it and say, this is his house.
Yeah.
And we're very proud of this house, and he should be too. And in his own way, I think he is. I know that he's in good hands. And that, to me, as a father, is extremely important.
It's important as a mother, too,
Yes.
to have him safe. Let's see. He was 8 pounds, 6 ounces when he was born. Everybody made a big fuss over him. We never thought there was anything wrong with him. And then we found out that he was diagnosed as being autistic. Dr. Leo Connor wrote the first white paper on autism, and he's the doctor that we had evaluate Jackie. And he said he was a classic case of autism. So we used to take him to different schools that were strictly for children that had a disability.
We then moved him to a state center up in Whitehaven, and he's been up there now for 33, 34 years. And that was a heartbreak. We have 3 daughters, and between my 3 daughters and my wife crying, I made the tough decision to put him into a residential program. And all 3 daughters and my wife thought that I was the meanest man in the world for doing that to their brother. But I felt at the time that it was the right thing to do.
We took him home weekends, though, because we thought we were giving him what we thought was the best of both worlds. He was with the school where they were teaching him and the family who loved him. But that doesn't always work.
There were basically 3 reasons why we decided to look into the community placement. Our age, the fact that they're closing the centers,
Eventually.
and the fact that the professionals all said that he could function in the community.
We spent a lot of time in the beginning with Jackie up at the center where he was at. I would go up and visit with Jackie so he got to know me a little bit, and gradually we started taking him on excursions outside of the center. This went on for a number of weeks. We didn't just go up and do it. I mean, we'd go up. I'd spend 2 days each week for 5 or 6 weeks. I made half a dozen different trips back and forth up there with him.
Dave is his right-hand man.
That was a key, in my opinion. The first time they brought Jackie down here, he already knew David. Dave Newell is the manager of this house, and he's Jackie's primary caregiver.
We do the same activities that anybody else living in town at home would be doing. We have to go shopping. We have to buy our supplies for the house. So Jackie goes grocery shopping. He shops for his clothes. We go out to the movies. We go bowling. Jackie likes to be very active.
They've been coming here pretty regularly. I see him pretty much every day. A lot of the people that come here during the day when Jackie's here are regulars themselves, so they get to know him and say hi to him every time that they're in and interact with him. So he's definitely a recognizable face around here.
Jackie has become part of this community in the 10 months that he's been here. He's not just somebody wandering around that's not involved. He does things out in the community. He talks to people out there in the way that he can. People talk with him. They look forward to seeing him. He looks forward to being there. Jackie, I think, is happier. He's more active. His behaviors are better. A lot of the problems that we saw at Whitehaven and at the center up there and the things that we saw when he first came aren't here anymore.
My wife and I are very, very pleased. This transition, we were scared to death. And
Which most parents, I think, are, because, I mean, this is their loved one that they're talking about. And so you want to be sure, because you're not going to be there forever.
We wrestled with this. We had many sleepless nights thinking about, should we do it, shouldn't we do it? It's a good feeling for Louise and myself. As I mentioned, we're getting up in age now. I'm not going to live more than another 40 years or something. So, I know that I could pass away tomorrow and know in my own heart that Jackie's going to be well taken care of here, and that's a big thing.